quickly. Now, westbound Arrow Highway, if you've never tried it, it's still in pretty good shape. You can get on or back on a town, and away you go. Now, going the other way, some really good news. Going by Rialto Airport, this terrible reported crash eastbound 210 at Adler, a couple overturns, but all lanes have been reopened. So, you were listening earlier, I headed this way, keep on trucking, it's okay. South 15, Sierra coming out of the pass, two left lanes are still blocked there, and east of lane interchange, be careful, South 5 approaching the interchange at 4. Debris is supposed to be all over the freeway. Be careful going through. Good. Kfi in the sky. Help get you there faster. I'm Jeff Barr.
If you're looking to bail out of your house, whatever reason, people do it because you're moving, you're downsizing, things are gone, thank goodness. Financial issues, you need money, you've inherited a piece of property, and now what do you do with it? Well, typically, what do? Well, you list your house with a real estate agent. And first of all, you get to pay 6% of the sales price. Boy, what a joy that is. That's a commission. And then clean, paint, repair the house, and put away your tchotchkes. It's junk to them. It's wonderful stuff to you. So imagine selling your home without any of that for a fair price. No buyer walks through, no appraisal, no commissions, and you get paid in cash and get it done fast within 10 days or less. And that is precisely what DirectBuyers.com does. DirectBuyers.com will buy your house. And I just love the way they do business. I met with the owners, Janet and Matt. We spent hours talking about their business model. I mean, they really care. A lot of schmucks out there in this business. They're not. They'll give you an honest, no obligation offer. They'll never lowball you. And you can get up to a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to DirectBuyers.com, DirectBuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL. 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com.
Still loving those SolarMax panels?
Duh. I'm saving money and I'm keeping cool throughout the summer and into October because SolarMax does everything under one roof right here in SoCal. I get the best service.
SolarMax is an exciting new offer. A Tesla 420 panels and power walls for $79.96 per month and $0 down.
All you got to do, dial pound 250 from your cell phone, say the keyword SolarMax, pound 250 SolarMax, or go to solarmaxtech.com. Monthly payment available on food credits. The SLB number 97204.
Your KFI Financial Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow is up 513, S&P up 61, NASDAQ up 217, and the average price of a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $4.42.
Bay Alarm Advanced Video Security proactively protects your property, stopping crime before it starts.
Cloudy with a chance of showers and highs in the mid-60s to the mid-70s. 65 right now in Fullerton, 60 in Laguna Niguel, 64 in Baldwin Park, 68 in Mission Hills. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
KFI, AM 640, Handle, and the Morning Crew on a Thursday, October 7th. And we got some big stories that are trending, and we're covering. Pfizer has asked the government to allow the use of its COVID-19 vaccine in kids ages 5 to 11. And that could come out in a matter of weeks. And LA Dodgers, they're going to go on. 3-1 win against the Cardinals last night. Big win. Our excited lady over there.
Woo!
Yeah, the woo. Yeah, woo, woo. Okay, excitement.
Alex got me a Dodgers hat and bedazzled it for me.
Oh, that's sweet.
She knows I'm a fan.
Yeah.
She knows the sparkle gives them extra energy.
Okay. Yes, of course it does. Okay, yesterday, right as we actually, a couple hours into the show, a story broke, and there was an active shooter situation going on in a high school in Arlington, Texas. And as the show went on, we obviously were carrying that, and as the show was ending, we did find the name and a photo of the suspect. Didn't know the extent of injuries, people that were shot, were there any fatalities? Well, obviously there's been a lot since then. Jim Ryan, ABC News correspondent, who covers these stories for us, in addition to ABC, is with us and covering this story too. Jim, good morning, and tell us what's happened since our show yesterday.
Yep. Well, the suspect has surrendered. He and an attorney turned themselves in at the police headquarters in Arlington, Texas. The Simpkins, Timothy George Simpkins is his name. He's 18 years old, and he is charged now with 3 counts of aggravated assault. 2 people are in the hospital still. A 25-year-old man who was in good condition yesterday. He had gunshot wounds, at least one gunshot wound, apparently an employee of the school. And a 15-year-old boy who was in critical condition this morning in intensive care after undergoing surgery for at least one gunshot wound as well. He's obviously the more seriously of the hurt. 4 people altogether suffered some degree of injuries. 2 of them didn't even need hospitalization.
And, the question is how a kid got into the school. And I understand he was a student. Now, it started with an altercation between 2 students, and he pulls out a gun.
Yeah.
How did he get into a school with a handgun?
Well, apparently there are no metal detectors at that school. It's a school of some 1,900 students right there between Dallas and Fort Worth, and there are police officers on duty on the campus. So they were there within just a couple of minutes of the whole thing happening, the shooting happening, but by then the suspect had already driven away and was off in a neighborhood somewhere. So apparently it wasn't too difficult for him to get that gun in there. His family, or family friends at least, say that Simpkins was afraid for his life, that he'd been bullied and had been robbed at school, and so was carrying this gun for his own protection. You probably saw some of the video yesterday, Phil, Twitter video that depicted a fight that was going on in a classroom. One of the participants appears to be Simpkins, in fact wearing the same shirt that he was wearing later in his mugshot. He appears to be the aggressor in that fight, but his family says that in the past he's the one who had been picked on and felt that he needed a gun to protect himself at school.
Yeah, I'm sure that at least that's going to be argued in mitigation with the trial. But then again, this is Texas. And we have to remember that of all the states that would be lax in trying to protect us from guns or protect the students from guns, I mean, I'm surprised they don't make it mandatory for students to have guns walking in. As far as the number of injuries, I mean, thank goodness no one was killed. I mean,
Right.
you have to think that's a miracle. Now, do we know that whether these students were shot at point-blank range, how they reacted, and it was in the hall, and then the lockdown occurred? Can you give us a little bit about that, the timeline?
Yeah, we don't know the nature of the injuries as far as whether there was point blank or from some distance, but another video that was on Twitter, these kids, it's 1,900 kids in a school, all of them with their cell phones, and they whipped them out and started shooting video when things started happening. In fact, one student was taking video, I don't know why, it looked like her phone was just sitting on her desk, and then you hear the gunshots, and then chaos erupting there in the classroom as the kids were diving for cover and doing what they had been trained to do. Tragically, it's kind of a sad reflection that they do these kinds of active shooter drills in schools around the country, but they do.
Crazy. Every school now has active shooter drills. It's just
shut the door, lock the door, turn off the lights, get under your desk, take cover. Just really a sad situation. But that's what the mode that they went into yesterday after this all started.
And, here another question I have, in addition to, doesn't it make sense to have metal detectors? And that is, you have a shooting taking place, and these kids still have a wherewithal to whip out their phones and start videoing. I mean, at that point, who the hell has the wherewithal to do that?
Well, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, they're shooting video all the time anyway. Their phones are attached to their hands almost, you would think. That obviously there's a fight going on in a classroom, and some kid is going to start taking video of that. The other one, I mean, the girl whose phone was capturing video in the classroom, I just don't know, it looked like she was taking a video of her sheet or her assignment sheet or something when the shooting started.
Got it. And she just put the phone up.
Right.
And a final question, and that is regarding back we go to the metal detectors. Mm-hmm. Has there been a call yet by any legislators to say, okay, it's now time for us to think about mandating metal detectors in schools? Have we heard anything like that yet?
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's been the discussion here for some time. The shooting at Santa Fe down near Houston that happened, a horrible school shooting involving a kid with an assault rifle. We've had these things happen before, and there's been talk of trying to fortify schools, even in a state that is so pro-Second Amendment. But that's been part of the discussion. I mean, the school, by the way, that school and all schools in Texas are supposed to be off limits. There are signs posted outside. This is a gun-free zone. But clearly, without something there, the kid can still get his gun in there.
Yeah, Jim, thank you.
All right,
If there's any more, we'll obviously come back to you. Coming up, today is the day for the vaccine mandate. You plan on going to a baseball game? You plan on going to a concert? Hey, it's no vaccine, you're not coming in the door. And boy, is that going to be controversial. It already is, but I want to share with you some specifics and give you a how-to, a primer on what you can and can't do. This is KFI AM 640. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee.
A date's been set for December 8th to re-sentence convicted killer Scott Peterson to life in prison without parole. He'd been previously on death row for over a decade for the murder of his wife Lacey and their unborn son. His death sentence was overturned because the trial judge made an error during jury selection. A new poll shows President Biden's approval rating is at a new low. Quinnipiac University puts the number at 38%, down from 42% 3 weeks ago. And Nike's pulling its shoes out of Israel. The sporting goods giant says it'll stop marketing products at the Israeli retailers by May. Store owners were told the market no longer matched the company's policy and goals. We're watching your drive with DKFI in the Sky next.
I have been to Cunning Dental, the Cunning Dental facility a bunch of times. And I'll tell you, one of my favorite times I went, or a couple times, is watching someone come out and wake up out of the dentist chair, take a mirror, and in this case it was a woman, look at her new teeth, the new one-day procedure of the new teeth that Dr. Cunning does while sleeping. He's not sleeping, you're sleeping. And crying, literally crying tears of joy in terms of now she realizes how great she looks. And she was a mess before, missing loose decay teeth. Brilliant new smile done literally over the course of hours while you sleep. You wake up with the best teeth smile you've ever had. You can chew and eat like you used to, smile with taking pictures. I mean, it's a whole new world. That's Cunning Dental. 1 day procedure, new teeth in a day procedure done while sleeping. And this Saturday, a couple days from now, you can attend a free seminar in Irvine to meet real patients. And right now, $1,500 off your procedure, and that expires the 30th of November. No money down payment plans on approval of credit, and if you have dental insurance, you got to use it by the end of the year. Call 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE, 888-640-SMILE.
SoCal weather from KFI. It's going to be a cloudy day ahead. Chance of rain and highs mid-60s to the mid-70s. Let's take a look at your drive now in the 170s.
You betcha. Good morning, little San Fernando Valley update here. Now, if you drive the 170 north or south, but around Sherman Way, I'm sure you've noticed there's an enormous homeless encampment. Northbound now, a little bit past Sherman Way, supposed to be a homeless encampment fire. So, unfortunately, LA Fire Department has to go. So just be careful going through. Now, Southbound Drive is really not all that bad. Coming through Santa Clarita, boy, oh boy, South 14 past Sand Canyon, that's the latest crash, quite slow, coming out from Agua Dulce, and just a heads up Sierra Highway. Got pretty popular, that's for sure. South 405, 118 to Roscoe, and then Sherman Way up and over the hill of Sunset, usual stuff. Something a little unusual now, heading towards Southgate. This is the Rosecrans on to the northbound 710, long right-hand sweeper there, and there's a car right in the middle, so be careful going through if you can. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Ball.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and changing the game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, with 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high limit room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Amazon delivery service partners are hiring full-time delivery drivers to meet growing customer demands. Receive competitive compensation of at least $18.50 per hour at select stations, plus benefits and a sign-on bonus of $2,000 from participating DSPs if you apply now. No delivery experience required. Must be 21 years or older. Terms apply. Apply today at www.amazon.com/LA delivery driver. That's www.amazon.com/LA delivery driver.
Want a new set of wheels without spending hours at car dealerships? Download the Roto app. That's RODO. You can browse thousands of vehicles from your phone, buy a car in minutes, and even have it delivered.
Plus, Roto finds every discount available, so you know you're always getting the best price, with no hidden fees. Listen, if you're ready to buy a car, make it easy on yourself and go with Roto. Download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's ROTO.com.
Living with dental issues is hard. No one knows this better than Joseph, who struggled with failing teeth for years.
The inflammation, the bad breath, the teeth falling out, the pain.
These issues took their toll, so Joseph came to Clear Choice Dental Implant Center, where he discovered one procedure to put an end to the years of discomfort, pain, and compromise.
Once I got it done, I was like, why did you wait so long?
That's what dental implants did for Joseph. Find out what they can do for you by visiting clearchoice.com.
When Bill and I needed new windows over 20 years ago, we picked a company we thought would do a good job. We were so disappointed.
So we saw a genuine need for a company with strong character, one that people could have faith in.
American Vision Windows was born right then and there.
What sets American Vision Windows apart is easily the culture. Their greatest investment is in their employees, and it shows.
It was a great experience. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
I've been in the construction trade for 35 years. The level and quality of products that they use for their prep works was top-notch.
American Vision Windows continues to revolutionize the home improvement industry one customer at a time while changing the lives of our employees for the better. It's so simple.
Happy employees, happy customers.
For a limited time, American Vision Windows will pay the tax. Plus, you won't need to make payments for 6 whole months. Call 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or visit AmericanVisionWindows.com. On approved credit, not all applicants will qualify. Some restrictions apply. Call or see website for details. Offer ends 10/31/2021. CSLB number 778326.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body. I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
She and I are throwing around the football or playing catch.
A real size football or an American mini football?
A real size football.
Okay, good.
And so then this kid comes up and he wants to play too. So I start playing catch with the kid. Why do you have that look on your face?
Did you hurt him?
Well, first of all, he okay.
Jerry and Shannon.
How did you know?
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on KFI.
KFI AM 640 handles. Good morning, everybody, on a Thursday, October 7th. Some of the big stories that are out there. LA Dodgers continue on. A big 3-1 win last night against the Cardinals. And federal judge, remember the Texas bill, the law that's now in effect, no abortion after 6 weeks? Well, a federal judge suspended that, saying this is an offensive deprivation of a constitutional right by banning most abortions. Now, that's just a district court. Of course, that's going to go up on appeals, and it will eventually, well, it's not even going to have to go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is already looking at a case straight on whether Roe v. Wade should, in fact, be overturned, and it's done. And then Texas can do whatever the hell it wants. It can ban abortions at 3 days into a pregnancy. It can ban abortion 3 days before a pregnancy. It can ban abortion a year before you start having sex. It's pretty interesting. Man, are we going into a conservative mode in this country? Now, starting today, you have to live in LA County, congratulations. And if you're going to a sporting event, congratulations. You have to show full vaccination, both bits of Pfizer and Moderna, and show that you've been given one shot of Johnson & Johnson, because of course that's considered full vaccination. Or you show a negative test within 72 hours of walking in the door. Now, the requirement was issued a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, September 16th, and adjusted since then. And even the summer surge, which happened, that has eased, and the numbers are dropping precipitously across the country in terms of deaths, hospitalizations, and cases that have been confirmed. But, you know, even these improving stats, the county is saying, no, they're not backing down at all. So, do you have options? And the other question is, if you've been doubly vaccinated, if you're fully vaccinated and you walk into one of these venues, you have to wear a mask. All right, so a couple of how-tos. What's going on? Who does the mandate cover? Anybody going into an outdoor facility with more than 10,000 people. And that's sporting events, certainly concerts, theme parks, parades, marathons, and it goes on. Think of 10,000 people outdoors that congregate, car shows, exhibitions, fairs, etc. And what sites does the rule apply to? LA Coliseum, SoFi Stadium. I mean, when you think of the big venues, think 10,000 people or more, guess what? Double vaccinations. And the venues are required to inform the customer, so there has to be signage saying no full vaccination, no event for you. So here's a question. How about theme parks, right? 10,000 people. What if you don't have 10,000 people in the park? What if you got it's a slow news day, right? It rains. Well, what the law allows are these venues to check for proof on select days. But you have to know whether it's going to be 10,000 people or not that day. And if it isn't, you don't have to show. And if it is, you do have to show your vaccination. So the reality is you better have it if you're thinking of going. And what if I want to get tested there? 15-minute test. Well, we don't know yet. Several of these venues were planning to offer testing. Magic Mountain is offering free testing on select days. And how about that home test? Can I take that? Nope. Not under the county's rules. The venues will be checking photo ID and a printed document or on the phone with those apps from an authorized test provider or lab. Or an email or text message from the lab. Do I still have to wear a mask? You betcha. You certainly do. Unless you're eating. You're in the middle of munching through a Dodger dog. That's okay. Now, where can you eat? Can you eat at your seat? No. No. It has to be at a table or while you're positioned at a stationary counter. Well, no, a ticketed seat you can sit and still eat a Dodger dog. So they're letting you do that. I considered that one for a moment. It's pretty restrictive. And by the way, this is the most restrictive in the United States. And what kind of proof do you need that you've been vaccinated? It's not going to be the honor system anymore. Nope, ain't going to happen. You can't say religious exemption. You have to show that you've been vaccinated or show medical proof that you can't, and then you can come in with a test. Well, you can come in with a test anyway. If you're one of those crazy anti-vaxxers or vaccine hesitant, which I love saying that one, you just take the test within 24 hours. That's all you have to do is, take a test and then go. It's not that hard. And tests are free. I mean, it's a pain, but, great. You want to do it. So I'm obviously in favor of this. I don't think that there are enough restrictions in place. For me, it's a public health issue, and I'm pretty crazy about the public health part of it. And frankly, other than with a medical exemption, there isn't a religion out there that says you don't have to be that you can't be vaccinated. Not one, unless you come up with something crazy. Even I think it's Christian Scientists, where you can't get medical help. You have to pray through your medical issues when you're afflicted with whatever. And you certainly can't take blood. They're fine with a vaccination. Or at least they have no position on the vaccination. So you're going to an event, you're going to be fully vaccinated. And I think that's terrific because that's going to force the issue. We have to get the herd immunity. And then the crazy people, let them be crazy. You don't have to worry about it. Coming up, I did the story yesterday. We mentioned it about prisoners getting college degrees. And what's that about? There's a program where the first graduating class just came out. And I'm going to share that story with you because I want to expand on what we were talking about yesterday. This is KFI. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones.
Governor Newsom has signed a $47 billion package to make it easier for students in California to go to college. One of the laws requires UC and Cal State systems to agree on a common set of courses that community college students need to be able to transfer. The package also includes funding for more affordable housing and access to college saving accounts for low-income students. News is brought to you by OPO Law. Jury deliberations are underway in the latest trial in the college admissions scandal. Prosecutors are hoping one particular piece of evidence will show jurors just how far some parents went to get their kids into college.
I can send him your $500,000 that you wired into my account to secure the spot for one of your girls.
That's the alleged mastermind of the scandal, Rick Singer, talking with parents. COVID-19 vaccine requirements are set to go into place at Six Flags Magic Mountain and Universal Studios, as Handel's been talking about. Visitors will need to show proof of vaccination or a recent negative COVID test to get into the park starting today. Six Flags says the new rules will be in effect for Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays this month and for its Fright Fest on Halloween. The CDC says more than 140,000 kids in the U.S. have lost a parent or caregiver because of COVID-19. A study by the agency shows about 1 in 515 kids have been affected by the pandemic.
The average size of a public school in the U.S. is 526 students. This means that on average, every public school in the country has at least one child who's lost a parent or caregiver.
CDC Dr. Susan Hillis says she led the study, and about 65% of the kids who lost their caregivers are minorities. And the World Health Organization has endorsed the first vaccine for malaria. WHO Director General said the vaccine is a much-needed breakthrough for science.
Using this vaccine in addition to existing tools to prevent malaria could save tens of thousands of young lives each year.
Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus says malaria accounts for about 400,000 deaths every year. 2/3 of the deaths are African children younger than the age of 5. We're looking at your ride on the 10.
You betcha. Coming through Montclair, Claremont, and Points West. Yeah, it's a little bit of good news now. There was quite a problem westbound 10, a little bit past Indian Hill. It's a crash clearing, we'll call it right now, but still some activity. However, this west end is still quite slow coming away from 4th Street. I think once you get close to Indian Hill, things will probably start moving for you. Now back to the San Fernando Valley. It was quiet, not anymore. South 405 at Getty now, over on the other side of the hill, the West LA side. Got a 2-car crash there in lanes. One of the left lanes is trying to clear that over the shoulder, adding to a very difficult drive that actually starts around Roscoe Boulevard. By the way, Sepulveda Boulevard in amazingly good shape up and over the hill if you want to use it. Even going through the tunnel, it's not too bad. And East 101 at Balboa, popular spot for problems. It's over to the shoulder, but real slow coming away from DeSoto. Oh, good news. South 15 coming out of the pass. South 15 and Sierra Highway. All lanes have been reopened. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
The Dodgers advance to the National League Division Series after vanquishing the Cardinals in last night's wild card game at Dodger Stadium. The walk-off victory was supplied by Chris Taylor.
Reyes on 2-1. Taylor. Fly ball to left and deep. Chris Taylor, a walk-off home run. The Dodgers are walking off to San Francisco. They win the wild card, 3-1. Here comes Taylor to the plate. They are mobbing him. The crowd is going crazy. The Dodgers advance to the National League Division Series.
And game 1 against the Giants is tomorrow at 6:30 live on AM 570 LA Sports. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports. Every night before I go to bed, to sleep better, I take a CBD product, gummy usually, and I get it from cbdistillery.com. I'll tell you about them for a while. CBD products are really interesting. It's cannabis, but you don't get high on it. It's not the THC part. And I've talked to a bunch of people about this because I'm kind of proud of it because I used to be Ambien boy, prescription sleeping pills. And that got a little bit old. I did it for way too long a time. CBDistillery.com products. They help us sleep better, make us calmer, although looking at me, I don't know if that's the case. Certainly feeling better after exercise when you get sore just helps. Marjorie uses it for arthritis, for example, the cream, and my kids use it. I mean, I have to tell you, it really does work. Certainly for me and for 2 million other customers that cbdistillery.com has. They have a full line of CBD products, full spectrum CBD. Go to cbdistillery.com and enter handle for 20% off. That's HANDEL. That's cbdistillery.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a cloudy day ahead with a slight chance of showers and highs will range from the mid-60s to the mid-70s. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jonesley.
You know, most people think that varicose veins are just embarrassing. They're just a cosmetic issue. Hey, it's Dr. Wendy Walsh. You should know that if left untreated, varicose veins can cause ulcers, infections, and even dangerous blood clots. West Medical specializes in the most advanced, minimally invasive varicose vein treatments available, and it's covered by most PPO insurances. So call 1-800-WEST-MED or westmedical.com to set up a free consultation with a vein expert today.
I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
At Southern California Edison, keeping our communities safe from the threat of wildfire is our priority. We're installing insulated power lines, managing vegetation, and inspecting and upgrading equipment on 50,000 square miles of community and wild spaces. Helping to keep our communities safe is a job we take very seriously because the communities we serve are the communities we live and work in too. Learn more at sce.com/mitigation.
You know you worked hard to build your wealth. You also know one must plan for the twists and turns ahead, the children growing up, empty nest realities, and the joys of retirement. There's something else you need to know. You're not alone in this. You have a wealth management partner in Edelman Financial Engines to work with you every step of the way. Whether it's personalized advice or our modeling of over 38,000 investments monthly to keep you current and focused. It also helps to know that we use a cost-effective, integrated approach to wealth planning, from tax-optimized portfolios to life-focused advice for retirement and the possibilities ahead. If you're asking, what more can I do to take my wealth potential to the next level? Call to schedule a free, no-obligation meeting with an Edelman Financial Engines advisor who knows what that takes. Call 833-PLAN-EFE or visit planefe.com today.
At City, holding to be, call Jacob and Bonnie. Call Jacob.
There's red, blue, and then there's you. You're a free thinker and believe the best idea should win, no matter whose idea that is. At KFI AM 640, we give you all the news you need and a variety of opinions. You make up your own mind, beholden to no one. Live, local, and independent, KFI AM 640 is made for independent thinkers like you.
Good morning, Bill Handel here. It is a Thursday, October 7th. Today, LA County starts its, you better be vaccinated, fully vaccinated before you're going to get into venues of 10,000 people or more. Dodger games, the theme parks, show that vaccination. Talking about Dodgers, 3-1 win yesterday, and they won the wild card. Go figure, against St. Louis Cardinals. Yesterday I mentioned there was a program about graduating incarcerated prisoners. Right, incarcerated prisoners, good. Nice for you, Bill. Well, you're talking about a redundancy, right? It's a program, it's a brand new program that is started at Pitzer College. Pitzer down, what is it, in Orange County, Pitzer? In any case, I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's a great liberal arts college, very difficult to get into. And this program began last December, and it's the first of its kind in the nation, and it's based on what's called an inside-out curriculum. And in this program, college students and professors go into prison to work alongside the prisoners towards a college degree. So they actually bring college students in. Although, who in God's name, you're going to let your kid go into a prison to go to class? Well, you got me on that one. I wouldn't. But it's the goal of helping the prisoners better engage with coursework and make connection with the outside world, because prisoners only hang out with prisoners and guards. So here you have other college students. I'm assuming there's pretty good security. Now, research showing that anybody who go through this program or go through almost any vocational training, they reduce recidivism rates dramatically. And prisoners who have skills or have a college degree clearly get better paying jobs. And so California is looking at this as a way of simply dealing with crime. What a neat way to deal with crime and help prisoners and make us safer because the recidivism rate is so low. And there are 8 students, for example, at the California Rehab Center, the men's prison in Riverside, and this one is Pitzer program's first graduating class. Bachelor's degrees in organizational studies by December. And keep in mind that these prisoners have been convicted of felonies. I mean, these are felons, serious felons. Robbery, domestic violence, manslaughter. Now, they have already had to be eligible and earn an associate degree, an AA degree, which you can do in prison, but that's usually correspondence stuff. You do it by, well, they have correspondence to this day. And you can obviously go online, except in this case, for the prisoners, there is no online. They do it by mail. And there are schools that actually do specialize and are simply correspondence courses, or online schools. University of New Hampshire, for example, which advertises all the time. They'll do it by mail if you have to, prisoners. That helps. And you've got other California universities beginning to offer these bachelor's programs. California State University at LA, University of California at Irvine is going to start theirs in 2022. And this makes, such tremendous sense in terms of its social impact. Now, I have a point here. I've got 2 points. One of them I made earlier today, and that is usually it's vocational training. And frankly, I'm more in favor of vocational training. The most sought-after training course is welding. As you can imagine, it helps them break into safes easier. And so vocational training, you do come out with a skill set, which today vocational jobs are, frankly, better than the other kind of jobs out there. The other thing is the cost. This is a college education from Pitzer. Private school, very expensive. And so how do they get paid? How do these prisoners come up with the money? They're students. Well, the program is funded by grants and tuition revenue. Some family members will put up money. But the incarcerated students, the students themselves, right? The students don't have to pay a dime. The school pays the professors. It is free to the students. So think for a moment. Pitzer is probably $50,000 a year in tuition. Okay? And I'm thinking, because here I was, set up a 529 plan, college fund for my girls when they were born. And it became fully funded by the time I think they were 12. And so here's money in the bank that I had to put in for a college education. How about this? Go to prison and get a free college education from Pitzer, one of the premier colleges. Why I didn't send my girls to prison is beyond me. Look at the numbers. Hang on, you go to prison, $200,000 worth of tuition, you don't have to pay, and you don't have to worry about them using the credit card. Because, frankly, any one of you who have, any of you have teenage daughters or daughters that are tweens or older, your entire parental relationship revolves around your credit cards. We know that, you know that. So I think this is a great program. I really do. But it does keep people. You've worked that hard. Now going back to these students for a moment and a little bit more seriously. You've worked that hard to get a college degree. By the way, Pitzer is not an easy school. This is not junior college. This is a serious degree. And you've worked that hard. Are you going to go and commit crimes again to be popped back into jail? You're not. That's why the recidivism rate is so low. The more education a prisoner has, the better job he or she is going to have, and the crime rate drops. And I'm talking about, when you talk about the students, prisoners who have finished programs I mean, the recidivism rate is a fraction, a tiny fraction of what it is for prisoners who have not. Coming up, needle exchange programs, right? We've heard about those, and they're being shut down or attacked by a very interesting group of people. And the tool that this group of people are using, very clever, that they've come up with. And you go, yeah, come on, really? That's the story I want to share with you when we come back. This is KFI AM 640, Jennifer Jones.
Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara is making Allstate, Mercury, and CSAA insurance companies give money back to drivers in California. The money comes from extra premiums charged during the start of the pandemic. More than 20 people have been killed and 200 others hurt in a magnitude 5.9 quake in Pakistan. At least one coal mine and up to 100 homes collapsed in a mountainous area. And a new poll finds Americans' trust in the media is at its lowest ever. The Gallup poll out today finds the public's trust and that the media fully, accurately, and fairly reports the news has fallen 4 points since last year to 36%. We've got your drive on the 5 with BKFI in the sky next.
If you own a business and you manage to keep 5 or more people employed on your payroll during the pandemic, there's a new government program that's going to pay you $26,000 per employee. Actually going to give you $26,000 per employee. And this is not a loan. It's a grant. Here you go. Here's your money. And it expires with a new infrastructure bill anyway. So, to get in on it before the new bill comes through, I'm going to suggest you call innovationrefunds.com. Cut through the red tape and get your money. The money is there. The bureaucracy to get the money is insane. Their tax attorneys and CPAs are experts at helping businesses like yours. Mine, they got me a tremendous refund with my business because of COVID. Their share of government incentives, that's what they do. InnovationRefund.com does all the legwork, doesn't charge a penny until you receive your money. And they just get a percentage of the cash. Innovation Refunds has helped over 6,000 businesses get $450 million back. Go to innovationrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions, innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com.
Jody has one of those jingles stuck in his head. Let's see if we can find out which one it is.
It's crazy, because once I hear that commercial, it's in my head all day long. All day long. I can't get rid of it.
Oh, yeah, I know which one it is.
1-800-777-4AIS. SoCal weather from KFI. A cloudy Thursday, chance of showers and highs in the mid-60s to mid-70s. This report is brought to you by AIS Insurance. We're watching your drive on the 5.
You betcha. Now, tricky spot. This is the northbound 5 transition to the westbound 134, outbound one down Burbank. It's a tough one. There's a couple of drivers there in the Gore Point. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that, the Gore Point is the section in between the freeways, say the right lane of the freeway and then the left lane transition. So, again, just be careful. It's really a tough spot to go through. Now, leaving the San Fernando Valley on the 405, oh boy, it's really bad right now. The problem is at Getty on the other side of the hill, crashes in the left lane, trying to clear, but the South 405 is really solid now. Solid. Stop and stop from before Sherman Way. Now, southbound Sepulveda, 118 after the 101, that'll last about a minute. Still good. Going up and over the hill and through the tunnels, getting close, so just be warned. Orange County now, a little bit of a problem. North 5 Culver Boulevard, that's about halfway between the Y and the 55. Then it crashed the lane, second crash actually in the same spot. So a little slow going through. Once you get through that, you'll be in pretty good shape. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Bob.
And we just got some breaking news out of the Senate. Senate leaders have apparently reached an agreement on extending the debt limit until early December. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer confirmed the deal in remarks this morning on the Senate floor. So the short-term extension, of course, was proposed by McConnell on Wednesday. The Treasury Secretary had said that if there wasn't some sort of, or warned of catastrophic consequences, actually were her words, if the U.S. defaults on debt obligations on the 16th, McConnell cited good faith negotiations and then said the deal will spare the American people a manufactured crisis. More details on this coming up.
This report is sponsored by 1-800-NO-CUFFS Criminal Defense.
I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki from 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Can you do the alphabet backwards? Z-Y-S-W-V. Yeah, try doing that by the side of the road. So if you get pulled over, don't wing it. Call us at 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed effortlessly adjusts in response to both the You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. And now save up to $800